Welcome back and happy Tuesday. It is a very happy Tuesday indeed, as today is my first day of officially joining as Chief Strategy and Growth Officer at Money 2020. Yay! So with that, we are going to be talking today. I have a very special guest, and we are going to be talking about the reinvention of live events. So with me today, I have Tracy Davies, who is the president of Money 2020. Tracy, my dear, loving your background, loving your face, looking forward to what we're about to do together.
Well, it's exciting. I'm honored to be on Tech Tuesday for sure. And it's exciting to be here on your first day, Scarlett.
Yes, exactly. We figured let's kick it off by first day in is the first day to the Tech Tuesday audience. So Tracy, this audience is global. They're all over the world. So it would be crazy in some ways to think that people don't know who Money 2020 is, but there are still a subset of the population who don't.
Yeah.
So who is Money 2020 for this audience?
So Money 2020, we're 10 years this year. It is our 10th birthday, which is just crazy in itself. And I guess in our first iteration, we're the world's biggest money tech show. That's what we're about. We're about how, tech has fueled digital money and all of the changes that have come with that in the past 10 years, which is incredible. So like your audience, we're global. This year we'll be doing live events in Vegas and Amsterdam, but obviously, we had started to have digital services for our customers, if you like, before the pandemic, and well, they've gone to a whole new level thanks to COVID. So now we're, I think the term is hybrid, Scarlett. We're physical and we're digital. We don't really care as long as we look after our customers.
Perfect. So you mentioned the hybrid of physical and digital. By the way, I totally agree on the idea of the convergence of money and tech, which is such an exciting intersection, because I think people think of finance and kind of put it in a box, but finance is really just the movement of money, and that touches everyone's life on a daily basis. And the impact of that financial health, which leads to mental health, is crucial. I think there's so much that we're doing at Money 2020 to talk about those stories, which is really unique. So you mentioned the idea of the digital physical hybrid model. How would you describe, because we care, and I know you specifically care a lot about customer experience. So how would you describe the difference in the customer experience journey from the digital events with things like MoneyFest versus the physical events with the actual shows?
Well, I think we try and inject, signature elements of the brand. I mean, I was watching MoneyFest last week, and the first MoneyFest we did last October ended with cocktail making, and last week was ending with DJs. So, we tried to bring that sort of signature brand experience to digital as much as we can. And certainly it has the personality, I would say, of the brand, even though it's digital. So that matters to us. We don't want to just go and be some sort of, dull digital experience. So, we have thought about how the brand shows up, I guess, digitally. But the experience is obviously different. People interact with Money 2020 for four things. They want to be connected. That is the key thing. They want to meet people. They want to be informed. They want to amplify products and their companies, and get their brand out there. And they want to be inspired. So we try and do all of those things, whether it's digital or physical. So I think we have to do it slightly differently. So MoneyFest, which happened last week and is coming up again on the 7th of June, is our digital content. That's where you can watch great speakers, and you can be informed and you can interact and ask questions. And we have, live elements to that. Global Connect is our networking platform, where you can set up meetings, and we've got that coming up the very end of May, start of June. So they're different, but they serve the same needs, because customers have the same needs. We're just serving them slightly differently. So we tried to put the signature brand in. We tried to put the same experience in, but you can't replicate physical digital. You have to adjust to the platform. That's tech. We've had to think a little bit differently. So some things we've retained, and some things we've had to sort of really adapt to the platform that we're operating in. But I think what's been really interesting, and you mentioned, there will be some people out there who don't know Money 2020. What's been really interesting is our digital services have brought in new customers. There are lots of the people engaging with MoneyFest haven't yet been to a physical show. And that's really interesting for us. So digital, like just with digital services around money, have brought new people in. So that has been, fantastic. I mean, a great upside to what, let's face it, was a difficult starting point with COVID.
And I think that's a fascinating point, right? Because there are so many industries who were impacted in response to COVID, and one of the biggest would be anything event driven, right? So the idea that now through digital channels that there is this new audience, new group of people who have not been exposed to the brand, who are interacting and getting a part of that experience. I mean, of course, everything is going to be slightly different. You got to be malleable, flexible, depending on the platform. There is still consistency in the feel of money in 2020. But I will tell you, from observing both, there is something so special about walking into those hallways in person. You get goosebumps. It's just the enormity of the event, and the vibe is just fantastic. So hopefully those people who joined online will kind of help transition into the physical. So let's go there for a second. In the Q&A, which for all of you, please check out the Q&A below. Tracy gives some great history and some thoughts there. You talked about the reinvention of live events. So what does that mean to you?
Well, I think, I had goosebumps when you were just talking about live events, because obviously, like everyone out there, I've not been to one of our live events since October 2019. And I am beyond excited to get back to them, both to Amsterdam and Vegas. And I think we talk about the magic that happens at live events, and you don't know who you don't know, and you don't know who you're going to bump into. Now, that doesn't mean that people, like you and me, Scarlett, turn up highly planned about who we're going to meet and what we want to achieve. Of course, lots of people do that, but you have those collisions at live events when you bump into someone that you used to know or you don't yet know, and magic happens. And I speak to thousands of our customers, at the shows and over the years, and they always talk about, oh, I bumped into this, oh, I couldn't believe I met X, or I couldn't believe I met Y. And that's the power of live. And that is, it just can't be replicated digitally. So look, I love what we do digitally, and it's really important, but live is live, and there is a magic, and you don't know who you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know, and that's where that platform comes in. And to your point about reinventing live, well, we had a little bit of a gap, our COVID pause, when we didn't deliver our live events, and that allowed us to really think about the shows. And we knew that when post-pandemic, people will think differently about business travel, and they're going to be more selective, and they are going to pick the really iconic big shows that deliver and pack a punch. And we are one of those shows. And so we really didn't want to rest on our laurels. So we rethought every inch of the show. So, we put a line out last week in our marketing to say, and you ain't going to recognize us. We really have reinvented everything. So even down to the layout of the show, we've completely changed all of the layouts. We've made them more intuitive. It's all based on a circular flow. And that's been getting a lot of buzz. But we've rethought our content program. We'll start again. We've reinvented our content program top to bottom, is what I wanted to say there, Scarlett. And we're really thinking, what we're seeing is not that fintech has just sped up, because it has, obviously, through the pandemic, but we think there's another big shift coming, what we're calling fintech 2.0. And so we've really thought about the shows. So the people who speak on our stages are fabulous, but everyone who comes to our show is an expert. Everyone has an opinion, and we really want to harness that. So we're calling it the hive mind for fintech. So you're going to see lots more interaction through the content, a lot more setting up conversations, a lot more problem solving. And we're going to go and put a rocket through networking as well, in terms of think network, not networking. So every inch of the show has been reimagined, but it is all about the magic of live, and that's exciting.
That sounds incredible. I am so excited about what we are going to be embarking on this year and moving forward. And like you said, it's really kind of that combination of, the strategic, planning out, but then the beauty of spontaneity and serendipity and running into people. And everyone does have that unique perspective and opinion. And so making it more conversational, I think, is crucial, because you know, everyone knows a lot about certain things, but everyone also has a lot to learn. I don't care if you're the expert in whatever. I know
Yep.
even for myself, I learn every single day. So the idea of kind of being that catalyst, that pinnacle for all of these different groups to come together and connect and learn, I think is crucial. Well, we could talk about this all day. We will be talking about this all day.
Well, Scarlett, you and I will be talking about this all
Yes.
day because,
Yes.
well, you're joining us to make all this magic happen. So we're excited about
Yes.
that. So welcome to you.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here and what we're about to achieve together. So for all of you, please read the Q&A below. There's links, check it out. If you have questions or comments, feedback, please let us know. You can go ahead. You know where to find me. Tracy's details will be on there as well. We will we will see what we go from here. And until next week, thank you all. Big news coming. I'm excited. Got a lot of work to do. Thank you, Tracy. See you in a few hours.
You're very welcome. See you
All right.
soon. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.